Which one do you hear? That was fun, right? I am here to challenge your English listening skill. I've got 15 questions for you. 5 beginner questions, 5 intermediate, and 5 advanced questions. First, you will see the question and 3 options. Then, you will listen carefully to an audio file and choose the correct answer. Finally, I will explain which one is correct. By the end of this video, we will find out if your listening is beginner, intermediate, or advanced. Can you do the advanced part? Let's see. Now, if you need to listen more than once, feel free to pause, rewind, and play again. Let's start with the beginner questions. Question 1. What did the woman buy for her kitchen? A new fridge, a wooden table, or some metal chairs? Let's listen.
I spent the morning at the furniture store. My fridge is quite old, but the new ones were way over my budget. I also looked at some chairs made of metal, but they weren't very comfortable. In the end, I found a beautiful piece made of oak where my family can sit and eat. It fits the kitchen perfectly.
That was easy. Look at the script. In the script, the woman said, I found a beautiful piece made of oak where my family can sit and eat. You can sit and eat at a table, and the table is made of oak. Oak is a kind of wood, and the correct answer is a wooden table, option 2. Very easy, right? Let's go to question number 2. What time does the yoga class start? 5:30, 6, or 6:30? Let's listen.
I finish work at 5:30 and usually get to the gym by 6. That gives me exactly 30 minutes to change my clothes and warm up before the instructor begins the session. It's the perfect way to relax.
That was fun because you had to analyze to get the answer. Let's have a look at what the speaker said. The speaker got there at 6 and he said, that gives me 30 minutes to change before the class begins. So he was there at 6 and he would have 30 minutes to change before the class begins. So class begins at 6:30. Did you get it right? Option C. Let's move on to question number 3. Why was the man late for the meeting? Option A, he missed his transport. B, there was too much traffic. And C, he woke up late. Ready? Let's listen.
I'm so sorry. I actually woke up early, so time wasn't the issue. I thought about driving, but the radio said the highway was completely jammed. I ran to the station as fast as I could, but the platform was empty and the 8:15 had already departed. I couldn't believe my luck.
This one was easy. This is what he said. The platform was empty, nothing on the platform, and the 8:15 had already departed. So he missed his transport, and that is option A. Good. Let's go to question 4. Which sport does the speaker do most often? Tennis, swimming, or basketball? Let's listen.
I try to stay active. I play basketball once a week, and I might hit a tennis ball around once a month if the weather is nice. However, I'm at the local pool every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. It's the best way to stay fit.
And the speaker said, I go to the moon every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 3 times a week. That's the sport they do the most. Swimming. Question 5. Where is the woman's brother living now? In a small village, in a big city, or near the beach? Ready, set, go.
My brother and I are very different. I live in a quiet cottage by the ocean. He used to live in a tiny village in the mountains, but he hated the silence. He moved last month and now he's surrounded by skyscrapers and constant noise. He loves the excitement of the urban lifestyle.
Look at the script. Now he is surrounded by skyscrapers and constant noise. Where do you find skyscrapers and noise? Is it in a small village? No skyscrapers. How about near a beach? No noise or no skyscrapers. So it must be a big city. Option B. We are done with the easy questions. How did you do? That was a nice warm-up. Go ahead in the comments section, let us know how many of the 5 beginner questions you answered correctly. And by the way, if you want to take your English even further and learn English with me, I have created a 10-day English mini course. Over 10 days, you will receive 5 lessons, depending on your level. If you are beginner, you get 5 beginner lessons. If you are intermediate, you get 5 intermediate lessons. And if you're advanced, 5 advanced lessons. In each lesson, you have videos, you have PDF files, you have AI practice tools, and you have homework. And over the 10-day period of the mini course, you will have my direct feedback. But how much? It's for free. You can join the mini course for free. So go ahead, scan the QR code if you want to join the mini course, or click on the link above this video, or the link in the description of the video. Go ahead, join now. And now, let's continue to the intermediate level. Question 6. How does the woman feel about the new policy? Completely unfair, cautiously optimistic, or poorly communicated? Let's listen.
Management just announced the move to a 4-day work week. Honestly, at first, I thought it was just a way to squeeze more out of us. However, if we can get through the initial hiccups, I suspect we might actually see a boost in productivity and morale by next year. It's worth a shot.
You can clearly see that this question is harder than the previous ones because it's intermediate. Look at the script. This is what the speaker said. If we can get through the initial problems and difficulties, I suspect we might actually see a boost. So she is optimistic, but she is cautiously optimistic. Let's go to question 7. Why is the report late? Lacked supervisor approval, technical computer glitch, or a more urgent task? Let's listen.
I had all the data ready and my supervisor already gave me the green light yesterday. I was just about to hit save when the marketing team called an emergency meeting regarding a client complaint that needed my full attention right then and there.
This one was easier because the speaker said the marketing team called an emergency meeting. There was an emergency meeting, so there was a more urgent task. Option C. Let's go to question 8. What is said about the transport project? A waste of money, saves significant time, or an innovative model?
The city is pouring millions into this new tunnel. They say it'll shave 10 minutes off the commute. But when you consider that the existing rail is only half full and covers the exact same route, you have to wonder why that money isn't being spent on schools.
This one was also relatively easy to understand because the speaker said when you consider that the existing rail is only half full and covers the exact same route, you have to wonder why the money isn't being spent on schools. So the money is not being well spent. That's option A. It's a waste of money. Let's go to question number 9. How does she feel about her promotion? Worried about workload? Finally recognized? Or concerned about colleagues? Let's listen.
Everyone's asking if I'm nervous about the extra workload, but I've been doing that job for 18 months anyway. To be frank, it's about time the directors acknowledged the effort I've been putting in behind the scenes.
This is what she said. She said, it is about time the directors acknowledged the efforts I've been putting in behind the scenes. So she has been working really hard without being acknowledged. And she's saying, finally, I need to be acknowledged. And that is option B, to be finally recognized. We're getting to the last question of the intermediate level. And then we have the advanced level. So let's see what you do with this one. What was the restaurant's problem? Cold food, incorrect bill, or unprofessional staff? Let's listen.
The steak was cooked to perfection and the bill was reasonable. But for a place that prides itself on 5-star hospitality, I found the staff quite dismissive. We had to ask 3 different people just to get some water.
This is what she said. She said, for a place like that, I found the staff quite dismissive. The people working there do not pay attention to customers. They're dismissive. You wanted another steak? All right, we'll be back. And that's option C, unprofessional staff. Done and done. Now go to the comments section and let us know how many of the 5 intermediate questions did you get right. Now, I hope you've enjoyed the second part of the channel because we're getting to the last part, the most difficult one. Whoa, look at that. Let's go for the first advanced question. Question 11. The speaker thinks the rebranding is visually impressive, hiding real problems, or badly timed. Let's go.
I've seen the internal memos, and the board is practically patting itself on the back for this new logo and color palette. And look, I'll be the first to admit the aesthetic is sleek enough. It's modern, sure. But if you ask me, I can't help but feel this is a classic case of papering over the cracks. We're spending millions on a fresh coat of paint while our supply chain is falling apart and employee turnover is at an all-time high.
Oh, I love this. Did you get it? This is what the speaker said. I can't help but feel it's a classic case of papering over the cracks. Paper over the cracks? What does it mean? There are cracks, but you put paper over them to hide them. And that is option B, hiding real problems. The reason why it was challenging is because you need to know the meaning of papering over the cracks. Let's go to question 12. Why did she reject the job? Difficult commute, low salary, or toxic work environment? Let's go.
On paper, the position was everything I'd been looking for. The salary package was substantial, and the office was a mere stone's throw from my front door. Most people would have signed the contract right then and there. However, during the final round of interviews, the red flags became impossible to ignore. The way the senior partner spoke over the junior staff and the palpable tension in the room spoke volumes. Everyone looked like they were walking on eggshells. Despite the convenience and the money, I realized no amount of prestige is worth my peace of mind, so I had to decline.
Did you get it right? Let's have a look at the script. The speaker said, the way the senior partners spoke over the junior staff and the palpable tension, the tangible tension in the room spoke volumes. Essentially, what the speaker is saying is that the work environment is toxic. That's option C. Let's go to question 13. What is the concern about the study? Biased funding, flawed method, or unqualified researchers? Let's go.
I have the utmost respect for the researchers involved. The team is truly world-class, with credentials that are usually beyond reproach. If you just looked at their methodology, you might be convinced. However, one has to look past the data and see who is actually footing the bill for this entire operation. When a major energy conglomerate is the sole benefactor of a study on carbon emissions, the prospect of impartial findings becomes somewhat tenuous.
You're seeing the tension, right? What's the correct answer? Let's look at the scripts. This is what the speaker said. When a major energy conglomerate is the sole benefactor of a study on carbon emissions. Wait a second. So there is a very big energy company that is the only benefactor of a study on carbon emissions? That sounds suspicious. So biased funding is the correct answer. Let's go to question 14. It's about a theater play. The latest play was a bold departure, lacking depth, or a defining masterpiece. Let's go.
There is no denying her technical skill. She maintains that signature wit, and the staging was undeniably avant-garde, pushing the boundaries of what we expect from modern theater. On a surface level, the production is a feast for the eyes. Yet, stripped of its technical flourishes, the narrative felt remarkably thin, almost as if she were merely echoing her previous triumphs.
Lots and lots of heavy vocabulary. But let's analyze the script. This is what the speaker said. The narrative felt remarkably thin. It's thin, so it doesn't have depth. Almost as if she were merely echoing her past previous triumphs. So nothing new and remarkably thin. The correct answer is lacking depth. And we're getting to the last question, the top question of this test. What is the main worry regarding AI? Job replacement, lack of regulation, or high costs? Let's go for it.
The sheer efficiency of these new algorithms is nothing short of staggering. They are performing tasks in seconds that used to take our best teams weeks to oversee. From a purely technical standpoint, it's a triumph. However, my primary worry is the rate at which we're charging ahead without a robust ethical framework in place. We're effectively building the plane while it's already mid-flight.
This is what the speaker said. My worry is the rate at which we are charging ahead without a robust what? Ethical framework. Ethical framework. We do not have an ethical framework and we're just going ahead. And the ethical framework does not refer to job replacement or costs or energy or whatever. It refers to lack of regulation. And that's option B. So, how was it? I hope you've enjoyed the test. Now, in the comments section, let everyone know. Out of the 5 advanced questions, how many did you answer correctly? And if you enjoyed the test, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and click subscribe. See ya.